Yo guys, stay till the end of this video where you'll see how we speak about our giveaway for almost $5,000 at the 5,000 rands at the end of September, and then a further 50,000 rand at the end of the year. Stay tuned at the end of the video, you'll see it. Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Lobola challenge. I hope everyone is doing good, everyone is doing fine. It's been a cold week this week, cold front here in Joburg being Johannesburg, South Africa. And yeah, it's been a pretty good week in some ways, not so good week in other ways. But let's get into the account and see what's actually going on. So we start off with the account, and the ZAR account, we always start in South Africa. And the account value that we're sitting on for this week is 3,039 Rand 87 cents. Which is about 1,000 of that. The profit is 1,050 Rand, which based on this is about a 52% profit, which is not good. We'll get to why in a second. And yeah, when we look here at our holdings, we've got Capitec, which I think is slightly up from where it was last week. First Rand, which is still down as it was the previous week. But the biggest loser that we have this week is Sasol, and I kind of did want to speak about Sasol today, but maybe we'll deal with Sasol next week and what actually happened with Sasol. Basically, Sasol released their financial results this week, and the outcome is not good. They actually reported a loss, but we'll go more into it later, not even later, next week. For now, let's just move on to our USD account and see what's actually going on there, because that's the main thing I want to chat about. And currently our USD account is sitting on a value of $346.88. The profit on that is $215.15, and that's 164% profit on this account. If we come down to our holdings and see why that is, still our three positions being JP Morgan, which is slightly up. It's $1, no one really cares. Microsoft down by about 2 cents, which again, no one really cares. But the biggest move is Tesla. Tesla, since we got in, has grown by 255% just on Tesla. And I think that's going to be the main crux of today's video. We're going to chat about Tesla. Okay, so if we actually just look at the account, the performance, like we said, it's 3,000 Rand on the ZAR. And from last week, we've actually lost about 25% on this account, which is really bad, which is about in a Rand value, the loss is about 505 Rand. Take it over to the USD account. We're up to about 346, as we said. Profit and loss is almost $200. Position 160 or so percent, and we've actually gained about 57% versus last week, which is actually in a dollar value is $65. Let's actually check what that is in rands. It's actually $75, and that's about 1,296, meaning that all in all, we've still contributed the initial 4.5. We haven't added our additional 500 for the month. Account total is sitting on about 9,036, which is almost double what we've initially put in. And you actually see that by our total percentage, which is 108%. If you round it up, it's 101, which is great. We've actually moved up by 16%, even though our Sasol position is lost. And yeah, the dollar or Rand movement versus last week is 726. So if you take that 1,000 and you minus by how much we lost on Sasol, we're kind of up by 700 Rand just on a single week. Again, what I'm trying to show here is that we've done nothing. We just held on to these two positions and we've made 700 Rand. This is purely from reading the market. And actually, when even this making 700 Rand is our net position, we actually lost some money on Sasol and we've made a lot more money on Tesla. And that's pretty much the balancing act that you need to try and come up with, is that you need to make sure that your wins are bigger than your losses. But because of the ambitious goal that we have, we need to make doubly sure. I mean, if we continue at this rate, I'm sure there won't be an issue getting this to about 200% by the end of these 2 years. And hey, even if we don't, I think we would have made a really good growth on this account because we're doing really, really well. If you ask anyone, give me 5,000 today, in 6 months I'll double it for you, that person will definitely say yes, I'm in for that deal. But no one thinks to do what we've done here. So this is part of why I think this is really important. But let's get into what happened this week. So let's look at Tesla and what's been happening. I'm at the 1 month chart just to see over the month what's happened. And generally the price has been at about beginning of the month at $1,500, pretty much stayed in that range, sort of dipped down to 1,400, 1,400, 1,400, almost touched 1,003 at sort of like a week ago. And literally from the 11th of August, shot up, and it's just been going up and up and up and up and up. And that's been based off of news that we got from Tesla, that Tesla is going to be doing a stock split. I don't remember what the exact number is, how much they're going to be splitting. I think it's 1 to 4 or 5, because I think Apple is 1 to 7, or these guys 1 to 7. But essentially there's been, it's 5 to 1. So Tesla's going to be having a 5 to 1 split. What that essentially means is that for every single unit of Tesla stock that you own, it will then be split, or every complete stock or share that you have of Tesla will now be split into 5, meaning that there will be more Tesla shares available to buy at a cheaper price. What does this mean? Well, essentially what Tesla is trying to do here is actually allow more people to invest in Tesla. I mean, if you look at the actual price that it's at, $1,800 for a single share is quite a daunting amount. But if you divide that by 5, which I'm going to do now, so if you divide that by 5, it means that you used to pay for a single share of Tesla $1,800. You're now going to be paying $360, which is a really big discount on these shares. Well, not really a discount, but the perceived value is a lot lower than what it initially is, meaning they're trying to lower the barrier to entry to make Tesla shares more attainable for you, me, and everyone else. And stock splits have happened in the past. I think Apple have done it before. Apple are actually doing it again. I think they announced theirs just before Tesla did. And stock splits are essentially just to help smaller accounts, or people who have smaller accounts, get into this market, because the perceived value, the perceived amount that you need to pay for these shares is quite a daunting task. If you ask a single person to part with $1,800 at once, it's really tough. I don't know how much most Americans earn, but I think almost $2,000 is people's monthly salary. So it is a lot. 360 is a bit better. It's a bit more attainable. And the reason why I think Tesla is still a good buy, even though Yahoo Finance calls it overvalued, is that what this is actually going to do is that it's going to mean that smaller accounts or smaller investors, people on Robinhood, are going to be more enthusiastic about Tesla because it's easier for them to get a full stock. This, I think, is really going to fuel the Robinhood fire, even though I don't think Tesla should be trading at this price. I think it's still far too rich the way it currently is for the overall company value, but I still think that Tesla is going up. I do think Tesla will go to whatever the equivalent of $3,000 is. In what space of time, I'm not sure, maybe in the next 5 years or so. So I would definitely be buying Tesla. Even at its current price, I think people should be buying. I do think that once the stock split has happened, it will come back and retrace a bit. But after that, I do believe that it's going to shoot up completely. So Tesla is a buy. even if you aren't in it. Personally, I'm not going to put any more stock into it, because we're essentially building this account on Tesla. We've already made our 200% just on this one stock, and anything extra that we get will help to cover some of the other losses on the other things. If we were to add more Tesla, it would actually decrease our cost basis, which could sort of mess up the numbers, but I still feel as though we'd still be making money off of it. So I'm sort of undecided on whether to buy more or just leave things as it is. But for now, I think Tesla, goodbye. Stock split is coming. I welcome it. It's just really going to inflate the value of this company. So yeah, that's basically how our account is sitting. I think we're performing really well based on Tesla. I've been a big backer of Tesla. Tesla was the stock that I bought in December when we started, and we're obviously yielding the results of that initial buy at the beginning of the year. I think this is a really good company. I think they're going to just grow in leaps and strides. All they just need to do is keep on meeting analyst targets, and I'm telling you, they will continue to grow at this astronomical rate. Like I said, this stock is going to $3,000. I don't know what space of time. I'd give it 5 years to get to $3,000, or whatever the equivalent of that $3,000 will be once the stock split happens. But this is a really, really good stock. I would say get involved. Like, drop everything, go buy Tesla now, because you're really going to miss out if not. And yeah, that's all for this week. I hope you've learned something. That literally, I'm here folding my arms, not doing anything, but we've just made 700 Rand, even though Sasol has gone down. Next week, we'll maybe go into what happened with Sasol and why this is also maybe a time to start buying some more Sasol, because when days are dark, friends are few, and that's where the real niggas make money. So we'll look at going back into Sasol. But yeah, I think for now, that's all I have for you guys this week. As always, end of September, 5,000 subs. 5,000 Rand will be going into two people's trading or investment accounts. End of the year, 50,000 Rand. This is a good opportunity for anyone who really wants to make a good amount of money and actually start out their investment journey, because that's what I'm going for. I think it's unfortunate I put this at the end of the video, so I don't think the people who click on it even see this. But for those of you who stay, this is your reward. Yeah, 5,000 Rand for two people up for grabs. End of the year, 50K. And that's that. Thanks for watching, guys.